It's the end of the second season on our channel, but the first season where we've actually had the RV. This season, we went out on our first tour, a cross-country trip from British Columbia to Ontario, Canada.
Looking back, there were 6 things that we really didn't anticipate, and we'd like to share with you.
If you're new to the channel, welcome. Hit the subscribe button and join our adventure. So the first thing that we really just didn't expect was the amount of cleaning that we had to do. I was really surprised at just how often we found ourselves cleaning the rig. Sweeping it at least daily, dishes multiple times a day, cleaning the bathroom sink daily. Because we're living in such a smaller space, all of our dirt gets compounded into that space as well, and it suddenly became really noticeable. I mean, it makes sense, right? So we had to work this into our daily habits and even create some new habits to prevent us from tracking in more dirt than we had to. Tell us your best RV cleaning tips in the comments below. The second thing we weren't expecting was how little exercise we got. RV life definitely lends itself to getting outdoors more, but long travel days like the ones we had on this trip got us kind of not really moving at all. And we had barely any exercise compared to what we normally would. And this really led to a lot of aches and pains, and even now we're still a bit stiff. So we've learned that we need to put more effort into getting more exercise, stretch more on long travel days, and even consider traveling slower so that we don't have as many long travel days in a row.
The third thing we didn't expect was just how nice it is to basically be pulling an entire condo behind you. I mean, it seems obvious, but we really didn't appreciate what having the RV with us would mean. It was so convenient to be able to stop literally anywhere to use a private bathroom, or have a full kitchen to make a meal, or even a bedroom to have a little nap.
Number 4, the weather. Now we know you can't fully control or predict weather conditions, but below freezing temps in September and October were just not on our radar, at least not for as many days as we got them. And high winds coming across the prairies from east to west, well, apparently that happens every spring and fall, so we've learned that we need to pay closer attention to weather patterns and predictions for where we're going and when we'll be traveling there. Tell us about your craziest weather experience in the comments below.
Number 5, fuel. So one thing we weren't expecting was the lower fuel economy coming across the prairies from east to west, because of those high winds Mel just mentioned. And we weren't expecting the lack of gas stations and really odd gas station hours through northern Ontario. Some of them were still actually closed when we came through at 8:30 a.m. Hit that like button if you've ever come close to running out of fuel. The sixth and final thing we weren't expecting was just the sheer amount of beautiful scenery all across the country. We had forgotten how vibrant the fall colors are in Ontario after living away from there for so long. Next, the prairies have a reputation for being flat and boring, but the immense contrast between the vast fields and sky on a sunny day were just so beautiful. We also found that the northern route through Saskatchewan and Manitoba on Highway 16 was extremely scenic and much less flat. Nothing beats the beauty of the mountains though, and we were spoiled while driving through the Rockies in Alberta and the Cascades heading into BC. It's something we think everyone should get to see at least once in their lifetime. And now we're at the end of Season 2. We really hope you've enjoyed watching the transition from our life of full-time corporate work to a life of freedom and mobility. If you did, it would be awesome if you could click the like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It really helps us grow our channel and reach even more people. If email is more your style, you can join our mailing list at our website, homearome.com.
Next week, we'll be kicking off Season 3 with some winter camping and an announcement to tell you our plans.
And remember,
when you roam, everywhere is home. There's not a lot.
I think a couple people are watching us.
Really? Where? Oh.
And then we parked and hitched up.
Unhitched.
And then
we unhitched.
And then we parked and unhitched. And then, yep.
Are you recording this? Because I look like crap.
I get to say no.